Hello everybody. I'm going to do the kitchen tour now, and then a little later I'm going to do the living room tour. Please don't expect everything to be perfect because y'all know I've run out of time as usual, but I did want to share everything, so don't look too close. Up here on this shelf that John built several years ago, that's where I always put some of my vintage Santa pictures and the little Santa oil light. And I pair it with my vintage scale and one of my old malted milk tins and Ray Dunn. I love those Santas. I've had them for years, and they're something I display every year. All of these canisters are from last year. John's pocket junk. His medicine. I didn't move any of the stuff that we use every day. This is just real life here. And the cat bowl. And on the end of the counter, that's that tray that I got from Dollar General. Up on top of the refrigerator, there's a couple vintage bottle brush trees, one of my old scales, and vintage cookie cutters in that jar with the metal lid and the metal on the bottom. I love that thing. And our old tins and boxes are up there all the time. This snow scene with the old cabin. This was a yard sale find. I can't remember if I showed it in a haul or not, but it's actually a Bob Timberlake print. I didn't pay but a couple dollars for it, I'm sure. Up there is that cocoa bar sign that I got at Hobby Lobby. Some of my Christmas Polish pottery and Ray Dunn is in this cupboard. And down here's my small cocoa bar. Most of the things there I had last year, except this little hot cocoa sign on the end. That was from Dollar General. And this adorable gnome is one that our friend Vicki brought us last night. That was part of our Christmas present. And I've got it sitting on the Ray Dunn flower pot. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen? Looks like a cup of hot cocoa. And there's Santa hanging out too. And it's little bells in the topper. And there's the straw. I just think it is adorable. Now the peppermint mocha back there with the topper, that is new. Everything else is from last year. All these mugs are ones I've had, some of them for a couple years. Then up here is where I always put these wonderful vintage pieces and the old hankies. Now this is the first time I've put this Santa picture and matching mugs there. Y'all know me, I love mixing old and new together because I like both. And there's the drying mat with the trucks on it that I got at Dollar General. One of John's Grinch signs that I got him. A vintage Santa. And my little old Santa mugs and more of those little tin ornaments in the window that hanging off the window that our daughter got us. My Christmas cactus is starting to bloom. This was another piece that just came yesterday that I got John. The Grinch's hand stealing an ornament. And y'all saw the Grinchy cupboard in a separate video. Sign came from Hobby Lobby. More Grinches. Imagine that. I hope you can see this. The light is really bright. It's a beautiful sunny day, so I'm not complaining. This Christmas birdhouse, it's Ray Dunn, and that's another piece that our friend Vicki and her husband Duke got us for Christmas. And this Jingle Bells birdhouse is one a friend got us out of Roanoke. And here's John's little Grinch tree. All that was on this tree when we bought it was a few balls. Actually, a friend found it for us at Walmart way across town. It just had the Grinch heads and a couple balls on it, so I added the bows and the ribbon inside it and a lot more ornaments and added lights. So he has a little Grinch tree. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas and Jingle Bell Drive. There's the big Grinch that our friends got John, and that's the towel that we got from Hobby Lobby. This hand with the ornament, that came from Amazon. One of our friends found this head at a craft show and bought it for John. John decided he wanted some Grinchy houses, so he painted some, he had the Grinch green color mixed up and he painted some bird houses, and then I decorated it. I don't know whether you can even see it or not, the light's so bright. Grinch. And then his Grinch stockings. They came from Walmart. This sign with Cindy Lou Who and Max came from Lowe's. Over here is kind of the gingerbread themed area. And that's my vintage campfire marshmallow that I always use. This little tiny rolling pin with the gingerbread cookie recipe, that was another gift from Vicki. And you all know I have to have Annalise somewhere. That Angelus is another one of our vintage marshmallow tins. And this Home Sweet Home gingerbread house is what our friend Vicki got us for our anniversary. Her and Duke are just too good to us. We have so many people that help us. Y'all know I say that all the time. We're truly blessed with wonderful friends and family. And more of those lights from Target last year. And two more of John's little Grinchy houses. Max had to have his house too. And then that's the house of Whoville. We still love our Annalise. They'll always be a favorite. friend helped us get the piece and the Santa's helper and elf. And on this shelf I have a lot of our little vintage pieces too. Little figurines and this wonderful little bone china nativity. They're all vintage little pieces. And that was a Joanna Parker set that a friend got us. And here's a Grinchy book that John made and painted, and I Grinched it up for him. More of his Grinch stuff. And one more little Grinchy house. And they're sitting on my old Scotch coolers. I still have never ever found a thermos. I've seen a couple, but I didn't want to pay $35, $40, $50 for a thermos. And there goes the doorbell ringing. Probably a package being delivered. And I love that Santa, and I love this Grinch pillow. And the middle Grinch, he actually dances. And there's the Grinch movable light. A friend found that for us at Walmart. And another little Grinchy book that we did. And y'all saw his wonderful Grinch tree in a separate video. And this cupboard has all his red truck stuff and a lot of our vintage pieces. This little Grinch dances and bobbles up and down and plays a song. And here's another Grinch set of beads that a friend made us. I think they are just wonderful. John's bobblehead Santa vintage. I had to move that home out of the window over there because baby boy, when he was shut in, he decided he was going to try to get out that window one way or the other, and I was afraid he'd break it. And there's our adorable little snowman cupboard. Another vintage scale. Here are a lot of sirens out on the main road. I got this wonderful Grinch wrapping paper, but it didn't come in time for me to wrap anything. But I'll use it for next year to wrap some packages and to do some crafts. So that's all for the kitchen. I'll be back after I upload this and I'll do the living room. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope it gives you a little bit of inspiration. I know it makes me happy to share it. So till the next time.